Welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
From a slightly soggy Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo, it is time for the bronze medal match of the CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships. Hello, my name is Roturo, alongside Kyle Anderson here at the broadcast booth with the Shaw TV Sports presentation. Kyle, it's the two champions, the Alberta champions and the Atlantic champions, the Keyano College Huskies up against the Holland College Hurricanes. Kyle, you've had the privilege of watching these teams perform all weekend. What can we look forward to this afternoon?
Well, these two teams actually played on opening day. It was the very first match of this championship, which saw the Keyano Huskies with a 2-0 win. The two goals coming late. We'll see a goalkeeper in this match, Jonathan Brueggeling, for the Huskies with a giant bandage around his head. That happened at the end of the first half of that opening game. I believe 9 stitches, and he's come back. He's played very well. The Holland Hurricanes bounced back with a big win, 2-0 over Algonquin, and a crazy 4-3 game last night against the Nate Ooks to get to this bronze medal match. So the Hurricanes will be looking for a medal here. They are next year's host, and they have the CCAA Player of the Year, Ibra Sano.
Ibra Sano, he got his 2 goals this last game, and those were his 100th and 101st of his storied CCAA career. Fantastic for the fifth-year striker.
Yeah, exactly. It's about 20 goals a season when you look at it. He's been to 4 national championships, and now a chance to win a medal here again for him. Should be an excellent afternoon here for this one.
Absolutely. Starting up front is Ibra Sano for the Hurricanes, and he kicks off. Starting along with him in this brown and maroon kit on our broadcast right, goal Brandon Lund, Theo Ngezahayo, and Ebrahechi Okwolo as the double pivot in midfield along the back line. Connor Keith, James Mallard, Aleko Ayatru, and Harrison Ellison. Directly behind Sano, in the attacking 3, Charles Aondu, Andrew Henry, and Sam Julian. Good mix of experience and newbies in this lineup. Jonathan Voss, head coach. Speaking with him before the match, he was looking for those big 4th and 5th-year players like Ibra Sano, like Charles Aondu, to really provide some veteran steadiness to the side as they look for that bronze medal.
Yeah, when you look down the results from the previous championships all the way through, these two teams don't show up a whole heck of a lot. And actually, the way I look, there was 1 silver medal for Holland back in 2011 when they fell to Nate. But otherwise, no medals for either of these teams at the national championship.
Someone's going to walk out of here with a bronze. That streak will come to a grateful end for one of them. It stands right now. Hurricanes in Husky territory, but now they'll be played out here. Huskies in their white with a blue stripe, starting on our broadcast left. Inside, on the near side. From the back down, Hadi Abdi Mahadi playing over to his fullback. Blocked quickly. As he is closed down. And Cruz Coronel will be forced to retreat all the way back to the goalkeeper. Looks no worse for wear despite the 9 stitches in his head, as you heard Kyle say earlier. Bianchi now. Looking forward with a through ball, well defended by Harrison Ellison. Off to the races there was Rodrigo Koebsch, captain for the Huskies. Critical intervention there by the Hurricanes fullback.
Yeah, and Pedro Bianchi is one of those players you have to watch for all throughout this game. He's going to try to create those passes, create those opportunities. For Keyano, he's really been a key player for the Huskies this week.
Living up to that number 10 billing, the team's top playmaker. Back when the numbers used to dictate what position you were on the field, number 10 was always the playmaker. And while that's a bit of an outdated concept in the modern game, there is still something to be said for your team's number 10 being the one who pulls all the strings. Straw that stirs the drink, so to speak. And
there will be 2 of them in this game as well. Charles Ondo likes to create a lot of situations for Ibra Sano and his teammates as well.
Looking forward to it as Lund clears out from his area. Well defended, but foul called on the offside. This will be Husky ball. 3 minutes in. Fairly choppy back and forth, no real flow to this. Both teams having felt each other out in the opening of this tournament, as you mentioned, Kyle. Still a little bit of jitters here. With the medal on the line, perhaps that's not entirely unexpected.
We haven't seen too much in the way of first half goals, although I say that we had 5 in the first 9 games and then 5 in the first half of the 10th game. So a little crazy action yesterday, but we'll see how it sort of goes. And again, the feeling out process in both games today will be very interesting to follow.
Devontae Stewart with a long throw in there over the head of both Bianchi and Coebs, excuse me. Go out again for another Husky throw. Again, taken by Stewart. So look for Bianchi, goes over his head. That's Coebs. Bianchi does keep it in. Coebs still with it. Nice little dance into the corner. And closed down, but he still gets the cross across. But Lund will bobble it, but he does manage to defend it all the same. The Hurricanes will break out. Not much on for the counter, although the ball does fall to Sano. Can he bully his way through? He will, straight through 2 defenders, draws the foul. No real choice there for either Devontae Stewart or Alex Tugger. You got to foul Sano or else he's off to the races there.
Yeah, we've seen him with some brilliant strikes, a couple of excellent free kicks, and another situation to look for is the shot from Sano and the rebound from number 11, Andrew Henry. That's resulted in a pair of goals for the Hurricanes the last 2 days.
Ayandu standing over this free kick. Charles Ayandu, 50-year striker. Can't find his target with that delivery and going the other way, almost going the other way where the Hurricanes, but well defended. Good job by Theo Ngazahayo coming back. Ayandu again. Immediately smacked away by Neto Miguel. It's Eduardo Filho now. One of 4 Brazilians on this Huskies side. Not all of them necessarily dressed or playing tonight. Strong South American contingent in this Atlantic Canadian side.
There's a touch from James Mallard a moment ago. He's a key on defense for the Holland Hurricanes in those green boots, as he was the player of the game yesterday in the bronze semifinal victory.
Stewart now. Watched by Henry, still gets the ball through Bianchi. Bianchi cuts back inside. Looks for the run, he does find it. But not able to do anything there, and it'll be quick break out here. The counter could be on. Fernando can get there, but he won't. That'll roll straight to Jonathan Bruggeling. And the counter will die a slow and painful death. Huskies breaking out again. Building through the left this time. Looking for that long ball again to Coebs. A bit of a telegraphed move there. The Hurricanes have already found their defensive rhythm, if not their offensive. Don't let the ball get to Coebs. Whether that comes through Bianchi on the right or up the left. Long ball here, looking for Sano. It'll go over his head. Secondary option there is number 12, Sam Julian. His header goes straight to the keeper, Bruggeling. Huskies will try again. Bruggeling will slow this right down. Goal kick goes long. Straight Hurricanes, second ball coming down. It will fall to Bianchi. Favorable bounce there. Looks up. Gets it back inside. Nice little poke there by Eberechi Okuwolu. He's off with Sano. Sano now. There's 2 men ahead of him. Did he take his shot? Great sliding tackle at the just outside the penalty area by Cruz Coronel. He had to be sharp there. That's not a place you want to give up a free kick. The goal kick is taken short. Bianchi now. Stewart. Video coming back to help. High press here from the Hurricanes. Trying to force that turnover. Let Sano go to work deep in enemy territory, but it will instead be the Huskies breaking out up the left this time. Go out for a throw. Eight minutes in, 0-0, bronze medal match here at the CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships. Arturo alongside Kyle Anderson in the broadcast booth. The very gray-skied Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. It's been on and off windy, on and off raining. Not the best conditions. Field so far has avoided any puddling. But it is definitely one of those games where You're not exactly envying the guys in shorts and T-shirts out on the pitch here, Kyle.
No, definitely not. We've had some great weather this week. Maybe not as hot and sunny as we've hoped for, but definitely dry for the most part, except for today's experience. But we'll see how that sort of goes as well.
Sano charging down the right side, wins the corner. First corner of the game will go to the Holland Hurricanes. Sano going 1-on-3, absolutely no fear. Difficult to contain a threat like that when he has absolutely no regard for the defenders in front of him. And you have to feel for the Huskies defenders. If you can't force an attack like that down, it's going to be a miserable day at the office. Corner for the Hurricanes. Far end of the penalty area, just outside the 6-yard box, but it's headed up and over. And that will be out for a goal kick.
And again, watch for Mallard on those corner kicks. He makes his way up the pitch and tries to be the guy that gets the headers down.
6'1" center back out of Charlottetown PEI. Good target man to have on set pieces. Bianchi now. Watch again by Henry. That battle has been all but constant. And now he'll lose this one as now Henry takes over that turnover. Moves up the left side. He's got Sano in the middle. Calling for it on the far side is Julian. Deflected and just defended enough by Neto Miguel. And Stewart will come up for the Huskies. Looks long, trying to have the run of Koebsch. Just out of his range. And that will dribble harmlessly to Brandon Lund in goal. And clear that out to the left flank. Harrison Ellison thinks about crossing, doubles back. Aliko Ayatru up the middle. Getting a toe on it there was Eduardo Fio. And this is Koebsch now. Koebsch all alone, tries a shot on target. First shot on target of the game. And it's by the Huskies. Koebsch testing Brandon Lund. Lund equal to the task.
Yeah, great chance there. And Koebsch has that ability to get free on that right side. You'll see him move to the left probably halfway through this first half just to get a different look. And he's had some great shots this weekend.
Bianchi now free on the right. This is room to work with for Bianchi. Goes low, little touch right in front of the net, wide open, but he was offside on the play anyway, wouldn't have counted.
And that's Harris Byrich. He's had some amazing attempts as well. He scored a beautiful penalty kick goal yesterday on a little chip shot after the keeper dove to the corner. And he's been a very dangerous player for the Keyano Huskies at this CCAA Men's National Soccer Championship.
Wearing number 9, here's Spirich. I'm sure he'll want that one back near post, nothing in front of him. You want to get those on target. Can't squander those chances in a medal game. See if he gets another crack at it later on. As Marshall heads that one forward with authority to Sano. Well defended though. On rushing attacker, the ball's cleared out for Hurricanes throw.
And I do want to apologize to the Keyano Huskies viewers of this game. A silver medal last season for the Huskies at the national championship, and definitely misread that team name there. So they do have a medal, both teams with silver medals at the national championship, each team with 1 medal since 1983.
And while I have no stake in the matter, on behalf of Husky supporters everywhere, I accept your apology, Kyle. Struggling with the goal kick. Looking for Koebsch. Well defended by Harrison Ellison. Falls now. Well defended by Stewart as Bianchi tries to get forward. Forces a throw. But it's off him, sorry. Out for a Hurricanes throw. And this will be Ellison now. Near side of the pitch, Harrison Ellison, second-year fullback out of Burlington, Ontario. Throws into Henry's immediately pressured by Bianchi, and it goes back and is cleared out to midfield. Stewart is waiting for it.
Yeah, watch for Ellison as well. He was the man of the match in the opening game against these two teams. Very strong on the defensive side of the ball as this Holland team has improved since that opening game here in Nanaimo.
Fio now looks over the top. He's found a runner out far left. Not able to bring that down was Joseph Lambele. will instead go out for a throw. Some debate about the throw in there, but it will be thrown by Theo. And cleared. Cleared right to Sano. Not the guy you want to be on his bike on a counter. And here he goes. Breaks 2, breaks 3. It's Sano. Into the penalty area. Centers! Punched away. Great diving punch there by Jonathan Bruggeling, the first-year keeper. Denies a wide-open Charles Leander from what would have been a tap-in for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, one thing you see on that play there was the opportunity for Sano to maybe drive one with the left foot. We've seen the right foot be the dominant play there from Ibra Sano, so maybe just not quite as comfortable with the left foot drive from the just inside the box.
That set piece easily dealt with by Theo. And this will be Okuwolu. Bringing it back in, but not far. And there are numbers forward. Husky can counter if they move quickly. And it kind of looks like it's on. They've got 4 going up the left side, but that is well defended by Sam Julian. Out for a throw. Huskies will try and keep the pressure on here as they enter the attacking half of the pitch. Devontae Stewart now on the right. It's cut fairly well inside for a fullback. Trying to overload the middle, does get it to Harris Byrick. And that will roll through harmlessly to Brandon Lund. So both Hebrews called into action here within the first 15 minutes, Kyle. Brandon Lund with an in-close attempt to deal with. And on the other end, Bruggeling with a diving punch.
And Lund, one of the most colorful goaltenders in this tournament. The orange boots, the burgundy socks, the green gloves, and the pink jersey he's worn for the majority of his team's games here.
So the Garish Kit Award of the tournament, strong contender there for Brandon Lund. But Garish or not, if it keeps the ball out of the back of the net, you keep wearing it. And right now it is the Hurricanes attack being thwarted, but only briefly. Keith trying to restart the attack. They're not able to go far. Foul conceded, though. And it will be a Hurricanes ball. Some distance away. A direct strike on goal, not likely here, but still plenty of opportunities for a good set piece. And indeed, the Hurricanes players will go forward. Try and sort this out. Leondu standing over this.
Again, watch for Mallard, number 18 for the Hurricanes there in the box as he's got the height.
He's looking for it. It'll fall to Sano, but that will be headed directly into the arms of Bruggeling. Away go the Huskies. Not much in the counter this time, though, and they will play through slowly. Some deliberate build-up now. Fouled in the back there. Bit of a clumsy foul from Sam Julian. Huskies will lead it. Slowing the pace down a bit, trying to get some control exerted over this game. They've tried the up-tempo, and it has worked briefly on the right. Not so much success on the left. Stewart and Bianchi doing their best on the right here. Make something happen. This is Stewart now with it. Goes in the middle. Filio. Filio goes up to Koepsch. Koepsch out wide again. This is Harris Bayrick trying to go back to Koepsch. Well defended. And Rovulu will come back, but he is stripped by Bayrick. Nice little through ball. Can he get around Marshall? No, that is well defended by the Hurricanes. There, surely, no. Ref lets that one go. Looked like Okuwulu left his leg in there a little too long. Ref declares it a fair challenge. Nice little sombrero attempt there from Sano. Can't get away with it. And Bruggeling will take control.
Quick opportunity to congratulate the Algonquin Thunder women's soccer team on their CCAA bronze medal victory in Halifax at that championship. So the Algonquin Thunder men's team was here, and they were able to take the 7th place game earlier today, and then their Thunder women's team with the bronze medal at the women's nationals.
Congratulations to them, bronze medal champions. Opposite coast. Meanwhile, on the west coast, it is Keyano College Huskies, the Holland College Hurricanes, the bronze medal match. Okuwulu now does well to get past a sliding challenge, and right up the middle goes Okuwulu, still with it, finds Sano. Seno takes it himself, goes out wide. But that is some good defending there from Abdi Mahadi.
Yeah, Mahadi has had a great week here defensively as well, and definitely the key anchor on that back line for the Huskies.
Now charging up the right side here, Joseph Lambele. He's got some space to work with. Inside, losing control of it there, but he does manage to find Bayrich. Here comes the cross, keeps it low, trying to find Koebsch. That is defended, and Lund will take control.
And you'll see that play from the Huskies a few times, in a game, as Neto Miguel will move his way up from the midfield and try to get an attack. A very hard drive as well on some of the free kicks that the Huskies will take, as Miguel will come up to take them.
Haven't seen much set piece work here from the Huskies early on. Interesting to see what they do when they get the opportunity. But right now, it's been a whole lot of Ibra Seno drawing those fouls for the Hurricanes, but now it's the Huskies on the attack. It's again driving down the right side is Joseph Lambele, crosses it, nobody there, not even get a toe poke on. Plenty of room there to work there from Lambele. And unfortunately, his efforts were not rewarded. Foul conceded there by the Huskies. The rain is returned and picked up and joined with the wind. It is not a pleasant spectacle here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. 20th minute, 0-0. Bronze medal game, the men's CCAA National Championships on Sean TV Sports. My name is Roturo. Kyle Anderson beside me in the slightly soggy broadcast booth. And it is the Hurricanes attacking now in their black and maroon kits. The Huskies in their blue and white on our broadcast left. It is Huskies now with the ball. Going out wide, that is where Lambele lives. Lambele has Stewart on the overlap. Plays it into him, Devontae Stewart. Gets it back into Lambele. Lambele down low. There's Bayrich. Fio now. Fio leaves it. Bianchi has switched sides here, and this is where he puts it in. Great stop there with a tight angle. Might not have been going on target, but better safe than sorry. Brandon Lund, solid palm. Keeps that out of the back of the net, and it will be the first corner of the game for the Huskies. Yeah,
Bianchi again just creating something on that left side. We've seen them switch there, Bianchi and Lambele, and it'll be a good attempt here on the corner. And again, not Abdi Mahadi, maybe the key player in the middle here for the Huskies.
It's a very low corner, though, easily dealt with by the Hurricanes. They'll get a second effort, though. Still low and blocked. Falls into the area. The Hurricanes will remove it from danger. Only briefly, though. Still Huskies threatening. Up the middle, that's where Lambele is. Can he get a cross in? He will keep it low. Can't find Koebsch with it, but it will be knocked back to the keeper. Not labeled a back pass, though. Labeled incidental touch. And Lund will safely handle the ball.
So a very interesting accidental touch earlier in this tournament on a deflection, almost caught the keeper off guard, almost went over his head and into his own net, but able to make the stop. And
you never like one of those, a highlight for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, play stopped here, called back for a foul. Down on one knee for the Hurricanes. Appears to be Sam Julian, but he's up now and walking. Will indeed be a free kick for the Holland College Hurricanes. Once again, Marshall moving forward for this set piece. Hurricanes arranging themselves here. Sano sitting in an offside position way off on the far side of the pitch. Now he checks back. Eondu delivers in low, but not far. Still dangerous, but now here comes the counter. Lambele's got acres of space up the right side. Does he take it? He will go for a run. Got Stewart on the overlap. He slips, and he actually gets credit for having drawn a foul there. I think that might have been more the turf monster than the player. Referee disagrees, and he's the referee. I am but a lowly broadcaster, so we'll go with the guy in the fetching blue shirt.
And the officiating has been top-notch here this week as well, doing an excellent job throughout the event. There's a good, strong mix between national, provincial, local, and district officials, getting their experience here at a national championship.
Fine time to do it. Can't say you've experienced a hard game until you've done it in driving rain and wind. Is a teasing a shot from distance by Bayrick, stopped by a Lund. Lund's delivery falls straight onto the boots of Fio. Lombele now. Back to Stewart. Fio. Koepsch finds it on the deflection up to Stewart. He's got plenty of room. Crosses hard and low to the far post. Nice little clip away by Marshall. Following up, though, on the sliding run, brought down. That will be a free kick at a very dangerous area just beyond the penalty arc. That is a very teasing place to belt one right on target.
And a yellow card given out to Sam Julian there on that one, on the hard tackle. Is I believe that's Cruz Cornell that was taken down.
I believe you're right on that one. And now standing over it, no small number of players in white jerseys deciding who wants what will be more or less a direct shot on target, assuming they can bend it around the 5 or 6 players in the wall. Some discussion here about who's going to take it. Referee marks off the distance from the ball.
A field hole, I believe, is the left-footed boot there, and Bianchi with the right foot, and we've seen both of them take kicks.
Fio stepping back. It is Bianchi. Bianchi just wide. Didn't miss by much. Stinging drive, looking for the far post. Only finds the backstop.
And he went for the hard stinger there, and not much on the way of curve in that one, but we've seen so many really nice free kicks taken this weekend. We've had lasers to the top shelf, rockets, some knucklers, and then some beautiful curved shots as well. One of which probably moved about 20 feet around for a great goal from Edris Najam of the Douglas College Royals, who we'll see later today in the gold medal match.
Looking forward to that one. If you're watching this live on Shot TV, stick around for the gold medal match. The hometown VIU Mariners up against Douglas College Royals. Should be a great one. Meanwhile, Holland Hurricanes, the Keyano Huskies, the Alberta champions in the maroon and black kits against the Atlantic champions in their white with the big blue stripe. And CCAA Player of the Year, Ibra Seno, checked there very quickly by Mahadi Abdi Mahadi, and it will go out for a Hurricanes corner. Player of the Year in his 5th and final year. Fantastic collegiate career for Ibra Seno. This is Charles Aondo now. On the corner. Marshall waiting at the far post. Senos charging in from deep. This will go back post. Marshall can't quite get his head to it. And the second ball is cleared. Fio now chasing after it. He can't win it back, though. That is good job by Theo Zahayo. Still going. Brought down in a very dangerous area. Referee waves it off, says no foul, no penalty. That was inside the area. And it is Huskies trying to counter. Fio ends up fouling his man, trying to break out as he was double teamed. Closed down quickly on the far side. Bit of an awkward counter there for the Huskies. They had a few numbers, but nothing in the way of support. It was pretty much Fio against the world, with Koepsch floating near the back line. The Holland back line, I should clarify. And after all that, it will be deep free kick for the Hurricanes. It's gonna get there with some pace, cleared away handily by the Huskies. Tricky little move there from Rodrigo Koepsch. And now here comes the counter. Bianchi trying to get around the outside, and he does. He does test Lund, but not quite on the right side of the post. Puts it outside into the side netting. That'll be a goal kick. Like you said off the top there, Kyle, didn't take long for Bianchi to switch sides, and he's proved he can be lethal on either side of the pitch. Take a look at this chance.
And yeah, a great opportunity there down that left side from Bianchi as he tried to find the corner. And again, that tight angle is oftentimes almost better to try and pass across, although that was pretty much taken away on that attempt as well.
Well put on the afterburners to actually find the space, but that was some solid work there at the back. Recover in the last second. And now coming up a bit of a limp there. It's Mahadi Abdi Mahadi. And the referee has spotted this and he will stop play. It was coming together between him and Ayando, I believe it was. Good show of sportsmanship there by Ayando, actually stopping his attack to check on Mari. Instead, it will be Harrison Ellison now with a long throw, and Stewart will just head that out for another throw, though far deeper, into Husky territory. Targets already congealing around the penalty area here for the Hurricanes. Seno is there, Ayando is there. Looks like they're going for the long throw here from Ellison.
He does have that ability. We've seen it on a few occasions here in the tournament, and we'll talk a lot about Shun Takano and his long throw ability probably tonight as well for the VAU Mariners.
All the way back to the pavement is Ellison. He does launch a lovely long throw in. It loops in over the heads of the attack. Seno not quite able to flick it on, but Brugling was there to take control and dish it out right away. Nice little move on the outside by Bianchi. And the Huskies will take control. Lambele now has Stewart racing up on the overlap. Lambele keeps, tries to bring it into Fio, but he's closed down quickly. Bayrick now. This Husky attack goes left. Bianchi tries to move his way through. He does slip through with a little give and go with Koebsch. Fio now. Lambele. Stewart backs off. Back inside it goes. Filio. Bianchi has moved into a central location now. Bayrick takes a shot from distance, and it does deflect and go out for a corner. Lund at full stretch to try and save the corner, unable to do so. And in the 31st minute, still tied at 0-0, it will be a Husky corner.
Yeah, Bayrick definitely a little ambitious maybe on that one, but we've seen some long strikes from him, and we've seen some long goals in this tournament. A 50-yarder, a 70-yard goal as well. It was on one hop, but still. As you look at the replay of this one as they try to find Bayrick in the middle.
Can't fault him for trying. It was a decent place to shoot from, and he got about a few feet more to the right. A little flicked header there goes over. This might be out for another corner on the other side. No, will be out for a throw. Great hustle there to save the corner by Theo Ngizahayo. Instead, it will just be a throw. Devontae Stewart will dry off the slightly soggy ball. We'll throw short. Filio shows for it. Great defending, though, by Adrichi Okuwolu. And here comes the counter. Seno is off into the races. Can he get by Mehdi? Mahadi Abdi Mahadi looking at Seno. Seno plays in a beautiful little ball for Okuwolu. Okuwolu now forced to the outside. Does a nice little step. And he will unfortunately not be able to control it. And it will be actually out for a corner. He did manage to bank it off the Husky defender in the end. Looked like he'd run out of room there, charging up from midfield. But well done in the end by Ebrechi Okuwolu. Second-year midfielder. Brought in from Nigeria to this Hurricanes side. It is now Ayando with the corner. Charles Ayando. Plays it low into the near post, but that's easily defended. And the counter right beyond here, if Bianchi can get there, goes shoulder to shoulder with Seno, and Seno comes away with it. Seno looks for far post, charging his Marshall off the crossbar.
What a brilliant strike from Ibra Seno. And in the very first game against the Huskies, he tried to fire those long balls and never found the target. that one the closest it has come for him from that distance.
We do have substitution coming in here now. It looks like Ibrichi Okuolu will be leaving the game.
There is the re-entry, though, in the CCAA, so the chances of him coming back in the second half are there, as we see.
It's like Jonah Wilton coming in?
It is Jonah Wilton. He's come in as a substitute in, I think, all 3 of the Hurricanes games to this point.
He'll be stopping into the holding midfield role there. One of the 2s in the 4-2-3 formation. Another shot from distance. This time from Mayando. And that'll be out for a goal kick. Or did it curl enough for a throw? I think they're saying it curled enough to actually go out for a throw. I don't think you can technically call that a shot on goal if it doesn't cross the goal line. So he'll be instead credited with a errant and wayward cross. I believe is the official rule on that. Jonah Wilton, his first few moments there near the ball, does well to close down Filio. Hadi plays it over to his defensive partner, Alex Tugger. Koepsch off the shoulder. That is well defended. But only as far as Dante Stewart. Filio can't keep control of it. Sliding tackle. Nope, fair, says the referee. Bianchi can't get control, but Wilton can. Marshall. Looks long, trying to find the run of Andrew Henry, but not gonna happen. Not with Bruggeling there. Bianchi now back on his left-hand side. So once again, switched over, challenging Wilton. Keeps it in. Goes for a run. Beats the fullback, and he's still going. Pedro Bianchi crosses over the crossbar and out. Did well to skin Harrison Ellison there, the fullback on the run. Nothing but space, but nobody there to follow it up, and to be fair, the cross from Bianchi was not his best.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot in this tournament too. There's been obviously the brilliant crosses, and then some missed touches again. The wet ball and the skips on the turf can be throwing some players off until you kind of start reading what it's doing out there.
Husky throw now. Ahead of there as Koepsch tries to flick it along, but nobody there supporting him. Looked good. Nothing to show for his efforts. Marshall now for the Hurricanes. It's well blocked there by Bayrich. Marshall has to clean up, and he might end up winning the throw out of this, and he will. Take it himself. Looks long, trying to find Ayondo, and does. But that is no nonsense, thumped into row Z, if this were a stadium. As it is, it's row, I want to say, maple tree? Row poplar tree? Something along those lines. Beautiful Merle Logan Field here as the lights come on. The rain for the time being has subsided and the wind has gotten a little bit less, a little bit calmer here. Just near the field's near Bevan Park. I'm sure the players will be enjoying that. I know we certainly are up here in the booth. And now it is the Huskies on the attack. Bayrich looking for Koepsch. She's found him. Can he get a shot? He does. Saved by Lund. That was a tester. Lund had to be sharp there. Koepsch put some power behind it, got it low. The keeper in the garish yet effective kit, keeping it out. Ayondo out wide. Harrison. Ellison, excuse me. Loses it in the end. Bayrich. Ellison makes up for it. And there's a lovely ball in the end as it finds Bianchi. Bianchi and Ellison one-on-one on the right side. Bianchi, little crossover. Ellison isn't biting that at all and ends up not making Bianchi, but only as far as Miguel, but that will be cleared away. And Ayondo looks forward, finds Seno. Ibrahim Seno, 1-on-2. Looking for a foul there, didn't get it. Ends up being cleared to the Hurricanes back line. Nice little turn. That was a tricky little turn from Aleko Aetru. A half Cruyff turn there. Not too shabby. Under pressure, managing to get that ball away. And in the end, an over-eager Bayrich concedes the foul. Hurricane territory.
And you look at the play there, looks like maybe a little bit of a touch in the back from Henry, but Byrich thinks the foul's being called on Henry, grabs the ball with 2 hands, and that's a handball. And it'll be a Holland free kick.
Fun fact here, Todd, you can't touch the ball with your hands unless you're a goalkeeper.
That's a very fun fact.
Zahio now from the right does well to feed into Marshall. Marshall up from that set piece. Does pose a little bit of difficulty to Brugling. An imposing presence there. Central defender. But ultimately it was Brugling's all the way. And the Huskies will play themselves out from the back. Adi forward. Long ball here for Koebsch. Defended by Marshall. Aetro. Lund. Aetro. Taking his time here, looking for the long ball, and he's trying to find Henry on the touch. Can't find him, but it does fall in the end to Sano. That is the guy you want to get the ball, and he's drawn a foul here. About 40 yards from goal. Seems to be some dispute there from the players. Ultimately, the referee is not buying Neto Miguel's appeals, and the foul stands. Free kick for the Hurricanes. Mayando in a fairly dangerous position. I don't think he'll go directly for goal from this distance, but he's got plenty of targets lining up there, including Sano and Marshall. Chips it up. I think the run of Sano ends up being well defended by Mahadi. No counter here as Ellison will take over. Ellison takes himself for his through ball, and he does find that's a lovely through ball. Andrew Henry, and it is well defended by Mahadi. And Bianchi now on the left. Picks up, he's got 2 runners forward. Off to keep himself. Tricky footwork on the near touchline by Pedro Bianchi, but ultimately comes for nothing as he gives it straight away to the Hurricanes. Eondu now stripped in midfield, gets it back. From distance, it's a low burner. Brugling spills it. Ends up controlling. Zahio trying to go for that screen, keep it low. Hope the keeper delays just long enough to keep it out of reach. Ultimately not quite enough to fool the keeper. Brugling starts the attack again. That attack is cleared by Marshall, but it will go out of play for a Husky throw. 42nd minute, approaching halftime here in the bronze medal game of the men's CCAA National Championships. Foul conceded there. Keyano Huskies 0, Holland Hurricanes 0.
That was Koepsch still appealing to the official for that, about that call, as Mallard will get the free kick here for the Hurricanes.
Appeals ultimately falling on deaf ears as Aetro gets it over to Ellison. Closed down by Bianchi. 3 Huskies here in a mild high press, and it ends up working. Bayridge with the interception to Bianchi. To Bayridge. Filio. Miguel. Can't get it through to Koepsch. It's well defended. Lambele will take over. Cuts it inside. Miguel. Trying to go 1-on-2 here. Nice sliding tackle there from Theo Zahio, who's done well in that sweeper roll, that ball-winning midfield roll. Just sweeping up everything that comes through. Sano tries to go on the run, but that is well defended. Clutch defending there at the back. He misses that, and he's in a world of trouble. Good job by Cruz Coronel, I believe that was. Bayridge goes nowhere. Wilton came in as a substitute. Does end up finding his man there. Zahio. Ellison. On his right foot, puts one over the top. Trying to find the run of Sato. But that's asking a little bit too much, the 5th-year star striker. And Brugling will take control. Brugling goes long, nobody there, and no one to win the second ball. Really, Marshall, uncontested, will thump this right back downfield. Some uninspired play here from both sides as halftime approaches. Is there a late goal here? A goal right before the half changes the complexion of the game completely. Ellison as well. He wins out against Bianchi that time, but only as far as Stewart. Ellison again. Bianchi's had his number for most of the night, but Ellison wins 2 battles in a row there, and now it's Ibrahim Seno in a dangerous spot. Thought about teeing one up, faked it. Ultimately, waited a little bit too long, and Miguel will start the other way for the Huskies. This is now Mbele. Goes forward for Koeb. She does keep it in. Can he beat his man? He's 1-on-3. Can he get past Marshall? No. Marshall will just happily. He thought about letting it go, but with Koeb on his back, opts to play it and plays it out to midfield. Good choice there from Marshall. Mallard, excuse me. Mallard did quite well. Keep that in play. Stewart. Hadi to Fio now. Fio. Barrich. Hadi. Sends it over to Tugger. Calm, patient build-up here from the back by the Huskies as we approach halftime. Koepsch can't do anything with it, and here comes the counter from the Hurricanes. Wilton for Seno. Does not love the little touch to get around Fio. Still Seno now. Turn ball from Ayondo, tries from distance. That's going to go over. An optimistic, opportunistic effort from Seno, if I'm being generous.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen those long drives from him more or less earlier in that opening game, but really the Huskies defense not giving him any space for the majority of this first half.
And there's a clumsy challenge there on the far side, and down on the ground in some discomfort appears to be Harris Bayrich. Don't think there was a card shown to Andrew Henry on the play, though you will get a talking to. And with time winding down here, we are into stoppage time.
Bayrich still slow to get to his feet here.
Being hand extended there from his teammate, Coronel, and he's up. And Bayrich will play it over to Mahadi. Mahadi to Tugger. Tugger looks long. Can he find the run of Miguel? He does. Little header. We'll go right back to Lund, and that is the first half. Nope, sorry, he's offside.
Close. We're probably close to the end of this first half. Not really much happening in the way of stoppages in that opening 45. So,
all excepting the brief moments that Bayer spent on the turf there. No real interruptions to the flow of the game. None except those imposed by the players themselves. Mallard goes over the top for Seno. Seno on the run here. Mahadi has to be sharp, and he is. He puts it out for a corner. A very late corner in the half. Chance perhaps to go into the halftime break up 1-0 for the Hurricanes. Wouldn't that be a lovely treat for them? Ayondo up quickly to take it. Hurricanes slowly making their way into the penalty area. There's the delivery. It's a penalty spot. Headed by Mallard. Brugling is there, though. Brugling did very well. Or Mallard did very well, excuse me, to get ahead to that ball. He was well covered. Just not able to snap enough power onto it. Relatively easy save for Brugling. Filio to Stewart here. It's Tugger on the left. Actually gives it away. Filio looked away there. There's the halftime whistle. Ultimately, doesn't matter if he gave it away. We head into the halftime break tied 0-0. The Keyano Huskies and the Holland Hurricanes in the bronze medal match. The CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships. Fairly by the numbers first half there. Kyle, I can't really say I give either team the edge going into the second half, but that doesn't mean it makes for an interesting 45 minutes coming up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that both teams kind of feeling each other out like we kind of figured they would. and that's exactly what happened in the opening game between these two teams. No scoring in the first 45 minutes, and then they had 2 goals from the Huskies in the second half. So we'll see kind of what happens, if any changes really come, and see if Iverson maybe can break free for the Hurricanes, and if that sort of 3-pronged attack that the Huskies have, if they can sort of capitalize.
There have been some great battles here, Bianchi and Ellison being one of them, and we'll see if that heats up in the second half. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more from the men's bronze medal game here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Rivals. Now, a person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as Island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of Island champs. Tune in for our monthly Island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
Cruising down the Island Highway, I got nowhere to be. Is it 1? Is it 9? Is it 2:45? Understand I'm in no hurry, it's just not how I am. Gonna get my yoga on at the Colliery Dam. You see, I eat real slowly at a leisurely pace. Get my hair styled nice so that it's not in my face. But what I really want to tell you is don't make me hurry up. Gonna sit and watch the waves while I sip from my cup. Got all day to work on my rhymes. Be prepared, it can rain or snow anytime. Doesn't stress me out to be standing in line. Chilling by the beach and I'm sure feeling fine. I got Mondays for snowmen, I got Tuesdays for runs, and all the rest of the days I eat cinnamon buns. Yes, the island is amazing and I wish you were here, and you're never more than 2 minutes away from a deer. So please join me in relaxing while he tattoos my arm. And where else in the world is there a unicorn farm? You know, I'm never in a rush, as you can see from this graphic, and I don't even get mad when I get stuck in traffic.
Wait a minute. There's no traffic on the island.
Traffic? What's traffic?
Oh my goodness, look at that, it's a mime. Gotta walk a lot of steps going one at a time. Oh no, I forgot my next line. Don't just stand there, throw me a lime.
My name's Lucy, and I'm 93 years old. My hobbies are baking, reading, and now jumping out of an airplane.
Hi, my name's Judy. I'm 65 years old, and I love skydiving.
Skydiving has always been on my bucket list, and Judy came along and she said she's doing it. I said, well, let's do it together.
This lady's crazy lady. She just loves excitement.
I hear you're quite the daredevil. Awesome.
I don't scare easy. Not before, not during, not after. It was something I wanted to do, so what's the use of being scared? The sensation coming out, you feel like you're free, you're flying. It's fabulous.
I never wanted to land. I just wanted to fly up there with the birds.
It could become addictive for me.
I'm going to do it again and again and again.
If you just sit there and you feel of your little aches and pains, it gets worse. Go out and enjoy yourself and do something you like.
Welcome back to Shaw TV's coverage of the men's CCAA National Soccer Championships here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. My name is Arturo, joined in the broadcast booth now for our halftime break with Stephanie White, the Director of High Performance Sport, Recreation, and Physical Literacy at Vancouver Island University. Stephanie, thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
Now, this has been a great 3 days for you, I'm guessing, because you've hosted a national championships right in your backyard. How have things been going so far?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. We are at game 13 of 14. We're so happy to be hosting. It's amazing for the university, for Vancouver Island University, but also for our community. We've had great community support through our volunteers, our sponsors, and the fans have been phenomenal.
They even turned out in wind and rain. This is fantastic.
Well, it is Vancouver Island. I mean, this is, for
you
our
can't handle
fans,
that, yeah.
this is nothing. It's actually been quite calm, frankly.
Well, where it hasn't been calm is on the pitch. Some excellent games. Like you say, 13 of 14 done. We've got one more coming up. Just your thoughts on the quality of play so far.
I've been very impressed with the quality of play overall, and we were talking earlier, a few of us, and just saying how all of the games have been very competitive. I mean, outside of our one game where we kind of really let the score get piled up, really the games have been very close and tight to the end. And again, we had a couple of games that ended in the 90th minute with great goals, and also some games that ended in PKs at the end of the game.
We saw just before this in the 5-6 game, a goal in the 92nd minute to win it for the Douglas Lords. So fantastic. Now you mentioned the we here, and the we, I assume you're referring to the VIU Mariners, who are in the gold medal match coming up after this game. How good does it feel to have the hometown team in the gold medal final?
It's an incredible feeling. Whenever you plan these events and when you decide to host, that happens years out, and always with the idea that you want your team in the final. Yeah, we want to win, and I love to win, but the reality is having the home team in the final is key for us because it makes a great event, and we really want to see the community out here supporting the team, and I know it's going to be packed, full house here tonight. I mean, we're planning for a lot of people.
And you mentioned before about running up the score. I believe it was 6-1 for the Mariners over the Ooks in the lead up to this. Does that worry you? Do you consider that not sporting at all, or would you prefer a closer game, or?
Well, no, I think it's the reality of sport. When you're in these championships, really, you can't turn it off. I'm an old hockey coach, and when you get into this kind of short-term competition, there's no time to turn it off. If on that game it's happening for you, you go with it. But in our first matchup, we only scored in the 90th minute, and we got the one goal to win it. So you take what is given to you. You take what you can have on that night, and so. We were as shocked as anybody because we played a quality team, but that's part of it. Sometimes it just happens that way.
So VIU, of course, big part of the athletic scene here in Nanaimo. I mean, we look at all the other teams, volleyball, basketball. It's part of a huge sporting environment in Nanaimo. Tell me a bit about how this fits into the whole Nanaimo sporting picture.
Well, like you said, there's a great sporting environment here, and certainly VIU is one of the pieces of the puzzle in the community. We have a tremendous soccer community here on the island. Certainly, all the way down the Malahat and to the north end of the island, soccer is a game that is played on this island and played really well. Mm-hmm. We have had tremendous support from our community partners such as Harbor City Football Club, Mid-Isle, and I think there's some kids even coming from Port Alberni today.
Oh, wow.
So really, this is a community that loves soccer, and we as the Mariners are happy to be part of that community.
How hard would it be to get this tournament back here? And like you said, this is a soccer community. How hard would it be to try and get it back in such a short time?
Well, it does have to make its way around the country, and so all of the different conferences have their opportunity to host.
Right.
Next year, it's going from this island to the other island in the country. It's going to Charlottetown, PEI.
Studying two extremes there.
Absolutely. But the women are actually going to be hosted in Douglas, and we'll do the handoff of the banners tonight after our game. Let's hope that, when it kind of makes its turn back around for Pac West to host again, that we can take a strong look at that and see if we're a viable option to make that happen. If not, maybe the next time around.
Of course, right now we've been watching a very tense and very tight game between Holland and Keyano. Your thoughts on the bronze medal match so far?
Well, I expect it to be tight because everybody wants to win their last game, and these are two very proud programs. And I talked to both the coaches before; they want to go home with a medal. So I expect this. I wouldn't be surprised, frankly, if this game goes to kicks at the end of it. That it's going to be that close. But the reality is these players have played a lot of hours. They're tired, and so that mental toughness is what's going to probably going to find the team that's going to put the ball in the net for the win.
Looking for those veterans to push forward. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for dropping by with us today. Stephanie White from VIU will be back with the second half of the bronze medal match, the men's CCAA National Soccer Championships. Don't go away. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is my very first costume. I made it for my very first convention. I realized that, oh gosh, I was like definitely shoved down that rabbit hole. Really, really fast and hard. I'm Julie Townsend and I make cosplay. I've been cosplaying for about 11 years. Started off small, this is it. Then I got bigger and bigger, and then I wanted to make a new costume for every day of the convention, so I was making 3 costumes for the weekend, maybe more. Most challenging is this one. It was armor. It's definitely an art form, definitely an expression of who you are. There's always that new shiny new character that you want to see if you can make the costume from. It definitely goes down that rabbit hole hard and fast. And I don't really want to go back because it's too much fun. So much to do.
Rivals. Noun. A person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of island champs. Tune in for our monthly island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
My name is Annabelle Apel. I'm from Newfoundland originally, and I grew up with accordions, and the last thing in the world I thought I would ever play is an accordion. Couldn't stand them. But somewhere along the line, things changed, and here I am. I'm in love with a squeeze box. I get told often that I don't play by the written music, which is true. I don't go note for note. As long as I keep the main theme, I do break all the rules, I know that. But I have fun doing it. If we're doing a polka and I want to go Yahoo, I go Yahoo. It's music for my soul. When I hear an accordion, I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to laugh, I want to giggle, I want to do it all. That spells fun. It just means pure, pure joy for me.
Almost time for the second half to begin between the Hurricanes and the Huskies. My name is Arturo, along with Kyle Anderson here up at the broadcast booth for the men's bronze medal match, the CCAA National Championships. Kyle, it's been quite the half. Let's take a look at some of the highlights for it. Very close half between the Huskies and the Hurricanes.
Yeah, there's been a couple of good plays. You see there, a handball called for the opportunity. Ibra Sano has been a player there that has had a couple opportunities, as you see him trying to gain some offense, but Keyano really shutting down the possibilities.
We saw this all game long, trying to get Koepsch into the play, usually through Bianchi, and not to mention a few long-distance testers, that one from Bayrick, just trying to catch the keeper out. As we watch the Let's highlights, Brugling there trying to keep things clear. Sano, another one of those long bombs. Koepsch testing Lund yet again. And finally, you know, why not? It's the end of the half. Take a shot from 35 yards out. See what happens. Brugling's head looked pretty good. That injury does not look to have affected him in any way, shape, or form. And now as we get ready, behind us, the second half has already started. So let's go into that now. Teams have switched halves here. Huskies on our broadcast right in their white and blue kit. On our broadcast left in their black and maroon kit, the Holland Hurricanes. Long ball here for Koepsch, goes off the shoulder. Over to Wilton. Bianchi closes him down. Bayrich. Quickly, and this will be the Hurricanes now. Ellison with his hands full. Excuse me, not Ellison, that is Yondo over on the far side, who has taken away. And Bele to his back line. And Tugger will move it forward. Koepsch on the run here. But he won't be able to do much with that. And it will fall straight to Lund. Get his touch in. Slows it right down, does the Husky keeper here. Looking to go long as the lines are cleared here. Eventually on that second ball does get forward, only as far as Tugger though. And now Miguel tries to break through, he can't. Mallard is closed down quickly by both Bayrich and Koepsch, but Lund will clear the danger. Only as far as Mahadi. Nods it to midfield. High boot there from Koepsch. Deemed fair by the referee, and Mallard will look along the deck. Nice little dummy there from Sano. Unfortunately, not able to do anything with it, and it falls straight back to Brugling. He's under pressure here. He manages to safely move it out to the right flank. And Monte Stewart will come up with it. Stewart and Bele. His time here, and he finally goes back out wide to Timbele. Bele. And that's a poor giveaway there. Yondo looking for Sano. He does find him. Had to check short for it. Does manage to dance his way around one, now two midfielders. He's got room to strike, and it will go on target. Brugling equal to the task.
And the one player there looking for the rebound, number 21, Sheard Shep. He had a really good game yesterday, I thought, in the second half. Again, the substitution at halftime. He had a couple of looks in that game yesterday. Not able to finish, but definitely adding another element to the attack that looks like we're going to see about three players that will have opportunities here for Holland in this second half.
Long ball here, and it does find Koepsch, but Mallard is there with the very key header. Stop that free attack, and now up the left side, inside to Ayondo. But that is Bayer checking back to help out his defense. And he will chip it out to the right to Stewart. Stewart back inside. Miguel. Looks long, trying to find the run of Bianchi. And Bianchi will just keep this in. No, he won't, says the referee. Wilton now. Looking for some help on the right side, and he gets it. But it will go too far, and Mahadi will watch that run out for a goal kick from Brugling.
Brugling trying to get things going again. Devontae Stewart has had some great touches in this game as well. Lambelet always dangerous on that outside in the mid for Keyano.
It's Connor Keith now who's checked in on the right side for the Hurricanes. He'll be the one tasked with looking after Bianchi as long as Bianchi's on the left.
And Bianchi really only played, I think, about the first half on that right side, or not the first half of the first half on that right side before he switched over to this left.
Keeping everybody on their toes there, and you can't blame them. It's under pressure there. Cruz Cornell getting it forward. Bianchi back to Wilton, who intercepts. Eondo over the top for Geert Shep. He can't go very far with it. Sfilio to the back line. Tugger. Looks long. Does find Lumbele. It's back to Stewart. Stewart inside to Bayrich. Bayrich back to Tugger. Good pressure here by the Hurricanes midfield, not allowing the Huskies to build up through the middle. They have to go long. And that's where Mallard is usually waiting for it. Cornell inside. Finds Miguel, but waiting for it there is Keith. On the right side here, Shep crosses. Nobody there for it, though. Teasing ball. Had some potential. Easy for Brugling to get to. Nobody there to challenge his position just outside his 6-yard box there. Eondo, though, on the turnover. Gets it low, but that'll go wide for a goal kick. Well, you can't fault their audacity, or at least their ambition to try and go for those long-range strikes, Kyle, but it would really help the Hurricanes' game plan. You would think that they could find a way through that back line and get some more chances from inside the area. These long shots are just not working for them. Yeah, it was something that we saw in that first game. They just didn't have the finish. As that time they nearly did. Curse the commentator, as soon as I say something, they get a very tricky-looking ball in. Shep almost able to flick that one past Brugling, but Brugling out of his goal line quickly. But here's a nice turnover from Bayrich. Bayrich now past Mallard up to Bianchi. Bianchi in the area, 1-on-3, chips it forward, tried to go near post. That was a tricky little ball from Bianchi. Lund reacted in time, pushed it out for a corner. Yeah, another solid save there from Lund. As you see, Bianchi tried to get that shot to the near side, but Lund equal to the task. And again, it was that opening game on Wednesday that saw the Holland Hurricanes just not quite having the patience to try to break down the defensive lines of the Huskies late. They were firing those long-distance shots in all those situations, but we'll see if they can try to find it here in this second half. Substitution here coming in. Checking out of the game appears to be Lumbele. Eamon Hassan into the game. Nice header there from Sano. Only as far as Bayrich. He'll unload, but that's blocked easily. Second effort from Cornell. Over the top, it stays in play. Boy, bodied hard in the area that they're checking into the game. Unfortunately, that will be out for a throw and nothing more. Stewart now for the Huskies. Nice little move inside. Cleared away as Kopsch couldn't go anywhere with that. Huskies are forced to retreat back beyond the midfield stripe. Hadi now plays low along the ground. Nice little touch to Bianchi. Bianchi tried to go through. That time he will draw the foul. Tried to bully his way through two defenders. Ultimately drawing the foul as he went down. Aggressive play by Bianchi. They're rewarded with a free kick in a threatening position. As you see here, as Bianchi gets bumped once and almost looks like he was in the air before the two defenders converged on him, but a foul called nonetheless, and a chance for Eduardo Ojoa Filho. The lone Husky standing over this one, facing down a 6-man Hurricane wall. He's got runners on the corners, and there is some motion from Stewart. Goes for goal. Way too high.
That's even wide of the football upright, so no 3 points there.
It doesn't matter which football you follow, that was no bueno. And Brandon Lund will be happy to watch those kind of free kicks sail over his net all day long. 55th minute here in the bronze medal final, 0-0 between the Keyano Huskies, the Atlantic champions in the CCAA, and the Holland Hurricanes, the Alberta champions. One of these champions will leave with a bronze medal. Who will get that first goal? Low drive off the bar! That close to opening the scoring was Koepsch.
It's the near side post robbing him of that opening goal.
That's the closest real threat that's been managed by either team. You can maybe look at some of the, perhaps Bianchi's near post strike in this half. One of the drives from the first is being close to that threatening. But really that was probably one of the best chance of the afternoon for the Huskies. Let's see if they can get another one here as Filio has an overlap, he finds it. Charging in, looking for a cross, he gets it low, Lund parries. Miguel was waiting for that one, he had eyes as wide as saucers. Unfortunately, Jonah Wilton had other ideas and sends it out for a corner.
And we see a couple of big saves here. Well, Cope's first shot off the post was an opportunity, and then Cope's huge save by Lund on that one.
Off the corner, low and easily cleared. Hurricanes, all the Hurricanes back defending this. Nobody staying forward on that set piece. No chances being taken. So no counter for the Alberta champions. Bianchi does manage to bring it over control. Bit of a wild touch, but he still has it. Bayrich keeps it low, and Lund will easily get down to stop that. Counts as a shot on target, so he'll be happy with that, I suppose, will Bayrich. But Lund will be happier with the easy save. Long goal kick here. Hadi, Wilton with the second ball, off of Sano. Nice little touch from Filia, a little half sombrero there. And the long through ball for Bianchi. He expresses his frustration with that one. That was not the ball he was looking for. Looked good. Unfortunately, there was no player there to take opportunity. Lund slowing things down.
As Eamon Hassan, that substitute for the Huskies, has looked dangerous a couple times on the offensive side, wearing number 15 for Keyano.
See if he can provide some sort of spark here. Playing higher up, it has pushed Koepsch out to the right side, where he has provided a cross and a shot off the post. So perhaps this is a good tactical shift here from head coach Murad Sukru. Long ball here, looking for Koepsch, and it's found him. Koepsch takes one touch, does well into a prime shooting location here. He does let fly, but that's handily blocked by the twosome of Ellison and Iatro. Be out for a Husky throw. Stewart comes up to take this. Sends it all the way back to Tugger. Miguel. Bayrich and Miguel playing the 1-2. Miguel overran it there. Bit of miscommunication, but he does find Bianchi wide open on the left. What can he do here? Little flick with the outside of his right boot. And he'll be out for a corner. That's twice now this happened. We've seen Bianchi use the outside of his foot to make something happen. Trying to use a new tool from the arsenal to open up this game. And he's won a corner out of it. Won a corner out of it both times, in actual fact. He'll step up now to take the corner. Cleared from the near post, and there might be a counter on here for the Hurricanes as Eondo tries to get there, but Bayrich easily cuts him off.
Holland just had that issue today, trying to get balls definitely on the clearance. There's no counterattack opportunities as the Huskies playing very solidly defensive.
Eondo, lovely touch there. Little juggle, and he does get the through ball over to Sano, and now on the right side, charging up is Jeered Shep, but that's well defended by Mahadi. Go out for a throw.
We've seen that time and time again in this tournament as Abdi Mahadi, probably the strongest defender on this Keyano team, and definitely the speed that you saw there.
Keith's throw to not a black shirt. We'll end with Mallard coming in from his center back position to help that along. Wilton and Keith both go for it. Wilton comes away with it. Mallard, tight quarters here with the Hurricanes, and a deflection, and another deflection actually ends up going the way of the Hurricanes. Taking his time here is Nzahayo. He's closed down by 2 Huskies though, but he will win the throw out of it. Chance here perhaps for Ellison to uncork his long throw, and that looks like what's about to happen.
And we'll see if he can get it onto the head of someone like Charles Ondo, maybe to flick it on to the middle for Sano. Of course, you got Mallard coming up and Nzahayo in the middle as it's delivered.
Great looking throw. It falls through straight to Brugling. Didn't manage to so much as graze ahead there, but when you have a weapon like that in your arsenal, a throw's as good as a corner kick or a free kick in this case.
And I think Shep had the best opportunity there. He just couldn't get to it.
Now it's Barrett cutting inside. Runners going forward. Copes was one of them, but the ball doesn't find him. And instead it's the Hurricanes going right the other way. Shep now. A little touch to get around Cornell. Goes underneath Fijo, and now it's Sano one-on-one with Mahadi. Goes to the right, charges past him. He's got a little bit of space. Crosses. And oh, a lovely chance there. The rebound! It's cleared away! Charging back was Coronel to make the sliding clearance in front of his keeper. Brugling might have had that, but taking no chances was Coronel.
Yeah, Alex Tugger made the first great play, and Cornell comes and follows it up with a brilliant defensive effort to keep it scoreless.
That was a wide open tap in. So better safe than sorry. And that certainly seems to have won out here for the Huskies. Now Bianchi, back to Filio. Tugger finds Koepsch. Over the top here. That's a good run, but Lund is there, top of his area. Smart goalkeeping there, alert goalkeeping. Recognizing the threat. Lund able to intercept the run of Ayman Hassan.
Yeah, you can see the speed of Hassan and the fresh legs coming in there. And remember, both these teams have played 4 games in 4 days, something that they're only used to playing 2 in a weekend in most cases. So fatigue setting in, but we haven't really seen that today.
Bianchi now against Keith. Does well to get past him on the left. Mallard comes over. Bianchi sidesteps him, but he does lose possession. It'll be a goal kick. It's a thundering looking challenge by Mallard. Bianchi had to be alert, though. Looking the other way, had Mallard connected there, that would have been a stone cold penalty. Can't go barging into somebody that much force in the penalty area unless you're shoulder to shoulder, and Mallard was looking about shoulder to chest at that angle. Meanwhile, we have a substitution lined up here. It looks like Andrew Henry's coming off.
I believe that James Briand is the player coming into the game.
Briand, the second-year winger out of Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Barich's ball is behind Bianchi. Husky captain has looked frustrated at times. He's tried to dictate play himself, but seems to struggle to bring in his teammates. A quick throw here from Keith. Looking for Iondo. And it's cleared back to midfield. Filio. This time goes inside. Hassan. Back to Filio. Barich. Closed down. The man on shout comes just in time. Copes tries to get around his man in an unfair challenge there. Rules the referee. Ellison a little bit too much in his face, and it will be a free kick error. Here we look at that last big chance. Low drive, easily handled. Lund will be happy to look at those all afternoon, but now he'll have to look at this free kick lining up from Miguel. Delivered high to the back post. That's where Tugger is. Spin kick not good enough. Very tight angle there for Filio. Tried to basically pivot on a dime just to get the angle.
I think that was the exact set play that they were trying for, the deep ball for Tugger with the header instead of trying to find Tugger at the back post. They extended it a little bit and tried for the secondary touch.
Bayerich and Bianchi working on our left side here. Little dummy there from Bayerich. Finds Filio, who goes out wide to Koebsch. Koebsch. I don't know whether that was supposed to be a cross or a shot, but either way, it was not good.
Well over top of the goal there on that one.
We hit the 65 minutes, well past the hour mark, still 0-all. Second half of this bronze medal match. The CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. Roturo and Kyle Anderson in the box for this Shaw TV Sports presentation. Lund now for the Hurricanes with the goal kick. And that falls past everyone to Charles Leondo. And a foot race here, but Mahadi had it all the way. And it'll go to Bianchi in midfield. Nods it on. Cornell tried to get on his bike there. Saw the idea from Bianchi, but just too far out of his reach. And Leondo. Chef will come together here on the left. Keith in tight quarters. Ends up conceding the throw. This will be Coronel. Thinks about this one. Long throw coming up. Launches it, looking for Hassan. Can't quite get there, but the second ball falls right back to him. Bianchi dodges, and good thing he does as it comes to Hassan, who's fouled. Not a bad place for a free kick. Certainly something to be had here. We saw the last set piece look very good for the Huskies. Like you mentioned, Kyle, Tugger at the back post being moved away. That did seem to throw off the Hurricanes.
And I think Bianchi, no, it'll be Miguel as he runs over it.
And Bianchi, look at the curl on this. Cleared in the end, though, by Seno. Don't know whether he was using the wind or not. But Miguel one-on-one there with Keith, and Keith comes away with it. Another ball from Seno back to Keith. Keith tries to go through Cornell, not going through. Miguel, though, loses out. Good tenacity there from Connor Keith. Will that even play alive? Leondo lays off for Seno. Seno's got some room, a little bit of room at least. Tries to get past Cornell. Bayerich comes back well to defend. Filio out wide to Bianchi. Bianchi's got overlap from Cornell on the left. Could go up the middle. He's got a little seam of room, and he takes it. He's fouled. That will be a free kick. Bianchi was looking for contact all the way through there. Drove right at the heart of the defense. Right at the heart of the defense, drawing the foul. He definitely went looking for contact. No question there. Now, you can argue whether or not the challenge itself was fair. Regardless, that was a generous foul, let's call it.
Yeah, again, it was almost as similar to the last play there with Bianchi, looking like he's trying to jump past the defender before the contact's made. And again, it's not an easy job as an official, and they've done a pretty good job this week. A really good job this week, let's put it that way. And we'll see what happens on this one.
Koebsch on the free kick. Into the wall. Pops it right back up, though. On the volley is Miguel. Would have looked great if it had hit the target. But about a good 10 feet to the left. That'll be a goal kick for Lund. Substitution coming up here in the not too distant future. A Hurricane player waiting at the touchline with the fourth official. And coming off will be Jonah Wilton. And checking into the game. That would appear to be number 5. That would be Richie Okuwolu coming back in.
Don't recognize him. He took off his
skull cap there. Hoping that means he's all right if he doesn't have the safety gear on. But as you mentioned earlier, Kyle, and for those of you just joining us, you can check back into a game in CCAA. So if you're wondering how a subbed off player came back in, well, that's why. Santa looking for the far post. Oh, that was close. A charging run.
James Briand on the back door almost had that, and I almost think it was a shot from Sano, but at the same time, he had that option on the back with that sprint heading there for Briand.
Fresher legs, Briand starting this game on the bench. Sano did well to pick that far post. It was a good bit of vision there from the fifth year. Ultimately not able to find the connection, and the Huskies will build out from the back now. Mahadi goes up the middle. Hassan closed down quickly. Back it goes. Not much to be had in the midfield as the wind really begins to whip up here. That's going to make going through the air even difficult, or even more difficult, I should say. Might explain why the players are trying to keep this ball on the ground. But with a clogged up midfield, that is easier said than done. They need some incisive through balls here. As Tugger thinks about going long. Goes short to Filio. Out wide to Devontae Stewart. Stewart. And foul ended up being called there. Play called back to Filio. Side of the foul. And out wide to Mahadi. Charges up from the back, not waiting. Hassan plays it right back to him. Coronel on the left. Has Bianchi, decides to go over the top. That's cleared by Mallard. Hassan. Hassan to Filio. Goes out wide to Bianchi. Cuts inside on Keith. Little step over, but having absolutely none of that. Zibarichi Okawulu sees the step over and raises him a, I'm going to kick this out of here. Being fancy only works if you actually get the ball past the defender. Otherwise, you kind of look a little bit goofy. And Bianchi left to look a touch foolish there. Excellent defending from the recently subbed back in Okawulu. Now this is Iraseno. Seno from the right. Trying to pass Coronel. Coronel and Bianchi watching him. Instead, it's Shep on the right. Shep trying to get past Mahadi. Can't do it. Ends up conceding the throw. Great defending there by Mahadi. Using the defender, or using the attacker, I should say, to buy the throw in.
Yeah, Shep got a little bit off balance there. Wasn't able to even attempt to keep that ball alive as it bounces off of him and keep going backwards.
Shep now, closely watched. Forced to go back to Keith. Keith goes up the middle, trying to find Aondo. Good idea, but well defended in the end by the Huskies. And Brugling has no problem claiming it. Baric. Looks for Bianchi, finds him. It's a good switch. And Bianchi cuts inside, breaks 2 tackles, and finds a wide open Baric in midfield. Now there's some space in midfield. What can the Huskies do with it? Bianchi, can he pull some strings? Goes up the middle. He's trying to find the run there that looked like Kopsch. Kopsch not really in the best of positions there. It was a hopeful ball at best from Bianchi. Koebsch. Off his foot. This is Seno on the left. He's got Tugger. Tugger goes to ground, and it's a good tackle. Concedes the throw, but stops the attack. Aondo flicks forward for Seno. Seno tries to get inside the area. He does pass Mahadi. Plays it back. Not much pace on that delivery into the area by Briand. And they'll try again with the Hurricanes, and that ball will just roll past everyone. Koepsch tries to control, can't quite. Ellison, though, will knock it out for a throw.
Yeah, we saw a couple of opportunities there, I thought, for Holland that can really make their way in. And Sano just has to try to find a player like Ondo and Briand. I think he's been played too tight defensively by the Huskies to really create anything here this afternoon.
I would agree with that. It's been cagey at times. To change of tactic is in order here, but for now it's keeping the game scoreless. And if you're a fan of defensive soccer, then you got to be happy with that. Both teams would really love a goal as we approach the 75th minute. 0-0. Bronze medal on the line here as Bianchi goes through the middle, rides the challenge, goes out wide to Coronel. Inside to Hassan. Turns, runs right at Mallard, gets past 1 challenge, but not 2, and that's knocked out into touch by Shep. Coronel awaits the throw. Will they try and make a set piece out of this? No, they'll just throw it back to Mahadi. Mahadi runs with it himself, delivers through the middle. That will technically be on target as Lundis parries it away from the near post.
You know, Lund's been a difference maker in this game early. Not as many challenge shots in this half. He has had that one big save and the one lucky break, but in the first half, making about 3 or 4 huge stops.
Sano, the acrobatic overhead kick to pass it out of the midfield, because why not? When you just absolutely have to make a spectacular pass out of your midfield, why not make a bike out of it? Yondo tries to get across and ends up kicking the turf, and it spins out for a goal kick. Brooklyn gets rid of it in a hurry, and Kopch has space on the right. Cuts it inside, Beirich. Bianchi's open on the left, goes to Filio. Run coming from Hassan. Filio goes to Bianchi. Keith watching him. Bianchi gets past, Mallard comes over. Still Bianchi and Keith. Now Bianchi's fully past the fullback. Bianchi into the area, Mallard goes to ground and brings him down. No way, says the referee. Perhaps a reputation call there from Bianchi. He's gone to ground fairly easily, and the referee wasn't having it there. Sano skips a challenge there from Coronel. Ultimately won back by Miguel. Dangerous area for Bianchi to be in. Mallard had to get that tackle right, and he did, according to the referee. Hassan does well to turn around Mallard. Mallard is out of position there, but now he's back. And this will be Miguel from deep in midfield. 3 Hurricanes across the line here, but he manages to split it. Beirich still with it, finds Filio. Filio up against Mallard. Keith now coming in, forcing that ball out, and it'll be out for a throw. Bianchi takes the throw. No, are they saying it's a corner? No, wants it done again. Now Bianchi gets it into Filio. Comes to the corner anyway. Bianchi's still going, and that'll go out for a throw. Huskies throw again from roughly the same area. Didn't get much going on the last attempt. What can Miguel do here? Miguel winds up. Bianchi with 1 touch, but that's a poor touch, and Keith will clear it to midfield. Mahadi taking it away from Sano. Beirich. Hassan tries from his left foot. Not able to get that on target. Saw a bit of daylight there, did Hassan. Figured he'd have a go. Why not?
Copes pleading the case there that one was deflected, but he had the basically a horizontal angle, 45 degrees from the shot, and there's no way for him to tell. The referee was in a much better position to see that one was just well wide.
And so long as they're being respectful, I don't mind coaches trying to lobby for their players. You want to know that your coach has your back in close calls like that, so long as it stays respectful. No sense in getting yourself tossed out of the game because you disagree with a deflection. We'll take another look at it here. So did Hassan's shot here get a deflection?
Oh, there's the foul there that Bianchi basically goes up and sits on top of Nazahale. As the height difference part of it, but just a poorly timed challenge a little bit there by Bianchi.
The Hurricanes are going forward for this. It's a very deep ball for a set piece, but they're taking it as one anyway. Free kick is up. Little header from Mallard.
And they score!
Mallard gets it. What a flick header from Mallard. You wouldn't think that you were going to score a goal starting from your own side of midfield, but a fantastic free kick delivery. And wouldn't you believe it, in the 80th minute, the Hurricanes are up 1-0 thanks to James Mallard.
And what a shot on the free kick by Iatro. He scored a 70-yarder yesterday on a one-hopper over the keeper, and he delivers that free kick. And Mallard, as we watch the replay of this goal, as you see that one enter the net, Mallard being able to get the header over top.
He wasn't sure where it had gone after he'd made contact. I thought, judging by his expression, he thought it had gone out. But no, it had hopped over the head of everybody and nestled in the back of the net. 1-0 Holland Hurricanes. And Lund forced to come out and parry as the Huskies strike right back. Keith now. Up the midfield for Iondo. Out wide for Shep. Mahadi chases this down and should get there first and will. Back to Brugling. And that one is right on the edge of the touchline. Assistant referee says no, did not go out despite the protestations of the Huskies. Miguel now. Nice little nutmeg on Iondo. Bianchi. Out wide for Koebsch. Little step over defender, falls, gets past a second tackle. This is Koebsch in a dangerous position, low cross. Defended out for a corner, taking no chances there whatsoever.
As we do go back to that goal, and it was punched out by the keeper off the back of Mallard and skipped up over the goalie's head. So the keeper, Brugling, got a punch on it first, hit Mallard in the back, and then it skips up and over and into the goal.
So rightfully credited as the goal to Mallard, but that explains his confusion off the hop. Wait, did I do that? Yes, of course I did it with my back to goal.
And again, you talked about the fact that they looked like they were going for it from that distance, and Iatro has that big boot. We saw it yesterday, as I mentioned, and almost the situation where Holland figured that might be their only chance to score, the way their offense has been shut down in this one by the Huskies.
Seize those opportunities when they arrive. And the Holland Hurricanes have done just that. They are 9 minutes away from a bronze medal. It's been a very tight contest between the Hurricanes and the Huskies. Right now, the Alberta champions have the advantage. Long ball there from Bayard for Koebsch. Koebsch makes it through 2 challenges, and Bianchi wins the second ball. Hassan now, low, deflected. Gets to the second ball, it's up in the air. Headed clear. Bayard is there. Coronel. Mahadi now. Sizes up his options. He's being directed to go out to the right. Koebsch moves away. Devontae Stewart. Filio shows, but they go over the top to Bianchi. Bianchi gets it to Koebsch. Lays it forward to the overlap, and it's still with it is Bianchi going on a run here. Filio missed kicks. He had a clear line there. Scuffed the shot, and on the counter now go the Hurricanes. Iondo now. Looks for Preseno. Checks back with Bayrich all over him. And does get it through. It's a nice ball on the run for Iondo. Sizes it up, crosses. Mahadi and Bayrich together will get rid of that. Not the best clearance with Sano right there on the doorstep. But they get it clear all the same. Coronel. Mahadi. Miguel. Bianchi. Filio. Koebsch. Low, hard cross out. Oh, they're pleading touch there, says Hassan. They say goal kick. Hard, low cross just out of the range of Hassan and also just out of the range of Lund, according to the assistant referee. At full stretch there was the Husky keeper, or the Hurricane keeper, excuse me.
Yeah, and you have the assistant referee there in that perfect angle running back towards the goal line and seeing the outstretched hand to Lund. And from this angle, really, it's tough for us to tell, but I'm not sure there was any change in direction on that one.
At best, it looked like it might have hopped over the outstretched arm of Lund, so goal kick was probably the right call there. And Tugger. Now Stewart, Koebsch, what can they do here for the Huskies? Time winding down. Clock is not on their side, and they need to find some way through without giving up a counter. And the Hurricanes have shown that they have the pace to get forward, and you do not want to let Iondo and Sano just run up the field at you. Mahadi now up from the back, decides to go on a run himself straight through the middle, past 3, past 4, chips it forward to Hassan. Hassan in a dangerous area, but he ends up conceding the foul. No, he's offside on the run. Didn't time that run quite right. Too over-eager was Hassan. And Hassan has left the Hurricanes with a way to kill off a few more seconds here. Take your time over that offside Indirect kick. Got to make sure you get it right after all. And Mallard will thump this forward. Off the hop, Eondo. Mahadi let it go over his head, and Eondo skies it off the volley. The right-footed shot is nowhere close to the net.
Yeah, I didn't have much time really to settle that one down and shoot it. And, you know, you got the lucky break already getting over Mahadi, or around Mahadi, I should say, and just couldn't get the right delivery on that one.
Barrich. Miguel. Hassan calling for it. Goes out left instead to Coronel, who gets past Shep. Coming over there was Keith, but he still passed it. Can he get there? He does manage to keep it in play. Fine work there by Coronel to keep the ball in play and not give up the goal kick. Ultimately, count the black and maroon jerseys in the penalty area. No support there for the Husky attack. Now it's Miguel. Puts it low to the top of the area. Hassan had already made a run. Mallard will clear. Filio. Back to Tugger. Koepsch. Ellison's all over him. Goes to the midfield. Erch. Bianchi. Right-footed delivery. Switching over to Koepsch, but that's cleared. And now this is Seno with a little bit of space to work with. Puts it off the, they will say handball. You could make an argument there for ball to hand, but the referee isn't having it. Says that was an unnatural position for the hand to be in, or the arm to be in. And Tugger concedes the handball.
As Barrich throws the ball back towards the Hurricanes to take the free kick, and I think it was Iatro just stood there and watched it bounce off him, and Iatro's going to deliver the free kick. No Mallard up front this time, but whip this one into the box with under 3 minutes remaining.
Iatro puts it up high. There is a collision there in the area between, is that Shep and Rugling? But no worse for wear appears to be either player. And instead, Okuwulu tries to defend Bianchi, but Bianchi wriggles free, looking for help. He's closed down pretty heavily there. He does find Koepsch. Koepsch takes it in himself into the area. Low cross. Lund gets there, pushes it off the post and out.
What a brilliant strike there from Koepsch on that side, and a great save again by Lund.
Short corner taken quickly. Not wasting any time here. The Huskies back post cross. Nobody home. Cornell not in position. And that'll go right out for a Hurricane throw. I like the idea behind the fast corner there, Kyle, but you have to make sure everybody's on the same page or you waste a perfectly good chance like that.
Yeah, I just wasn't able to get things going in the right direction as Shep now played at forward, and good defense by Mahadi as usual, but definitely need to create something here. Probably only about 2 minutes, I think, a stoppage time maximum for this second half too when we get there.
I can't imagine there being too much more. It's been a very clean half. Nothing much in the way of controversy for the referee to deal with, aside from the odd appeal here and there.
And no real injuries either, which is always a good sign.
Shep now. And this is Barrich. Watch by Okuwulu. Hassan not able to get the ball to the area there. Pinballs away. And it will end up going out for a throw. Husky throw taken quickly. Koepsch now. Plenty of white bodies forward. They need something here. Even a dirty, filthy rebound goal will do it. Garbage goals are as good as any when time is not on your side. Mahadi leaves it. Coronel crosses low, cleared by Mallard. And this is Okuwolu to Seno, but Bayers does well to win the ball back. Foul is conceded there by Seno, and this could be dangerous.
Very dangerous spot indeed after the foul called on Seno.
really an unnecessary foul there. He had his man well marked, and the shove just seemed a little bit excessive.
Not sure if we'll get to see it, but a good opportunity for the Huskies.
We have played 90 minutes. We are into stoppage time now. Huskies running out of chances. Miguel's delivery. Back post, Mahadi brings it down with his chest. Turns and fires, bends it the wrong way. Oh, he caught that full on the volley with a nice chest down. Bends it to the wrong side of the post.
Substitution.
Killing off a few seconds here. Off comes Aondo, it looks like. Nope, they changed their mind. Who's coming? Oh, it is Aondo. There we go. He's had a great game, has Aondo. He's been threatening, hasn't had to do much beyond that. And back into the game here is Sam Julian. Fresh defensive legs here to hopefully see this match out. Up 1-0 in the waning seconds of the bronze medal game. The Holland Hurricanes. Chef gets his body in front of that Cornell clearance. And it goes back to Mahadi. And that is a poor ball from Mahadi. He and Miguel not on the same page there. He's going to have to hurry. Stoppage time almost up here. Maybe one more chance for the Huskies. Two if they're very lucky. Inside. Cleared. And it's Seno in the clear. Past Filia, who's on defense. Mahadi charging back. Seno looks far post. Nothing doing, and Mahadi cleans out Seno in the process. Not even able to hit the target there. That would have iced the game completely. Ultimately, it might not even matter. Mahadi ended up missing Seno completely there. They just both went to ground on the slight miss kick by the star forward. Might not even be needed at this point, a second goal.
Official checks his watch just a second ago.
The end approaches. Can the Huskies find a dramatic late equalizer? The Hurricanes just need to hold on a little longer, and they will have a bronze medal. Mahadi goes up against Seno and wins. That was a dangerous challenge. Playing with fire, there's Mahadi, and this time he is burned. Julian comes away with it, brought down. Fairly says the referee, goes out for a throw for the Hurricanes. And Julian will just stay down here. Burn a few more of those stoppage time seconds.
And we have to be nearing the end here.
We've played about 2 or 3 minutes by my reckoning here. And that surely must be it. The throw. Huskies players plead their case. It is a free kick, I'm sorry. It was a bit of shove in there just outside the area. This actually isn't a bad spot to ice the game if you're Julian or Seno. Now, will they just go to the corner flag? They will. They'll take this to the corner flag and try and kill the game off. Seno right to the corner. Some fine CONCACAF work right there. Get into the corner, kill this game off. It's ugly, but it gets the job done, and ultimately goal kick awarded, I believe. Or no, it's a throw in favor of the Huskies. And out for a Hurricane throw. Scrambly play here on the right side, near side of the pitch to our broadcast booth. And that suits the Hurricanes just fine. Kill those seconds off. Long cross in from Mallard is dealt with, and Kopsch tracks back.
And another check of the watch, and that will do it.
There's your bronze medal winner. The Holland Hurricanes, the Alberta champions, are your CCAA men's bronze medalists.
So the Hurricanes go 14-0 in the Atlantic Conference as they win their championship, drop their first game, and then win 3 straight and get the bronze medal as the victory picked up here by Holland.
The Holland Hurricanes.
towering center back James Mallard with the goal, though he had no idea he'd done it until after goalkeeper Brugling had punched it in off the back of his head.
A little bit lucky for sure, but a very well-played game between these two teams, and I think very well deserving of a bronze medal for Holland. But again, hats off to the Keyano Huskies. They had themselves a great week as well. 2-2 record on the week, but definitely a valiant effort there.
Well, we'll take a look at how things shaped up here in the end. Hassan, they're trying to get one back from Huskies, unable to do so. It was really a close game. 1-0 the scoreline is about right for what we saw on the pitch today. Mallard there showing us some more of his incredibly close tackling work. Bianchi giving him fits all afternoon. Ultimately, the Hurricanes did just enough to contain Bianchi, though he did certainly give them fits. Brewing there at the stop. Sano actually had, although he was showing some of that lethality at times, Sano had a quiet game, all things considered.
Yeah, no, that definitely some big saves from Brugling, but Brandon Lund as well as opportunities there, like that, as Lund able to make some stops and get some good defensive efforts and some help from the goal post on that one as well.
Goalkeeper's best friend of the posts. Lund got some help from his there as Koopsch nearly surprised him.
And the goal, of course, coming as that one just put wide on the attempt. Sano's attempt going wide.
All right, here it is. There's the punch off the back of Mallard. Not a way to give up a goal. Miguel knows it too. Horrid luck, you might say, but good job. You can see Mallard here does well to get up and challenge. And then off his back and into the back of the net. As we mentioned at the time, it was a strange place to take that set piece from, so deep in their own half. But they went for it. Credit to them. They put bodies forward and got that bounce to go their way.
And the play of the game presentation's underway right now as Rodrigo Wogel-Koopsch with the player of the game for Keyano, and again, gave the Hurricanes fits all night.
Absolutely. Him on the right, or in the center when he was playing as that lone forward for times. He and Bianchi would have been another good pick for me, but Koopsch is absolutely deserving of his Player of the Match award. And now for the bronze medal winning Hurricanes.
Number 5, Iberici Okuolu.
Okuolu was just a rock of the defense in that midfield. There was a reason the Huskies couldn't build through the midfield all game, Kyle, and it was part of the great work done there by Okuolu to just lock things down.
Yeah, definitely one of those key players. Another honorable mention in that situation. You see the goalie coach out there actually for the Hurricanes give Brandon Lund a big hug after that one was announced, as he definitely deserving potentially for that award as well.
Absolutely. It's been a fantastic bronze medal match here at Merle-Logan Field in Nanaimo. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this live on Shaw TV, don't go anywhere. The gold medal match between VIU Mariners and the Douglas College Royals is coming up. You don't want to miss that. But for now, for Kyle Anderson, my name is Roturo. Thank you for watching this Shaw TV sports presentation. We'll see you for the gold medal match.